This week, on our last show of Quad NB, we're moving in the Great Grand Falls area. We will talk to you about the last two clubs of the Federation, Saint Anne and Grand Falls. And in the second portion of the show, we will be back with Roger Daigle for the wrap-up of the show. Quad NB, stay with us.
That's it. We're bringing to a close our shows on discovering the ATV clubs in New Brunswick with the two last clubs, Mad-Vic ATV Association and Voyageurs de Sentiers de Madawaska. First, the Mad-Vic ATV Club will take you to the middle of the potato-growing capital of New Brunswick. Scenery will simply make you stop and admire the beauty of this daily changing decor. Their trail conditions are great. The Club Voyageurs de Sentiers will take you to the highest peak in the higher St. John River Valley, and this club is reconstructing and anticipating a great future.
Welcome back to Quad NB, the last show of this series. Yes, 13 shows to allow you to discover all the ATV clubs in the province of New Brunswick, as we've mentioned in all the other segments. Today, well, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's the last one, the last interviews. For the first part, we will be talking about the last two clubs in the province, which are in the Madawaska, Victoria counties, I should say, with the Saint Anne Club and the Grand Falls Club. In the second portion of the show, this is where we will say goodbye. It will be the wrap-up with our president, Roger Daigle, yes. Roger Cormier was another guest, Roger Daigle, and we will do the wrap-up to explain you, just to resume what the show was all about and what it was like. We've lived tremendous experiences. But for now, I'll be talking with Daniel Caron. He's the region director. Daniel, thanks for having us here.
Well,
We're in the Great Grand Falls area. What are we seeing? Well, first of all, it's endless fields of potatoes, and this is what we can see in the Grand Falls area.
Well, around the town, this is what we'll see. But if you look in the background, you're in the woods or in the mountains, so you have a little bit of both. So potato fields and mountains.
This is your trademark in
Yes.
the Grand Falls area, because I could even say that half of your trails are in the open fields, and the other half is in the woods.
Well, I wouldn't say half and half, but it's close to that.
It's close.
If you look around here, we're in an entrance for the trails, and we have to borrow the potato fields or the roads of the potato fields for our trails. Okay. But in the background, you get in the woods. Okay. So yes, we do have to borrow a little bit of potato field road.
How is the coexistence?
For now, it's really good. Like, the farmers are giving us the permission, and I guess everybody's doing their part or respecting whatever the farmer asks. So for now, everything seems to coexist pretty good.
Yes, we've been selling all through the show the importance of using the private land properties, this good communication with the landowners, and I think this is a perfect example.
It is, and it's crucial. You need to get some good relations and keep those good relations. So, and you can't do it alone. You need the public's assistance by respecting whatever is asked of them.
Okay, let's talk about the two clubs. First of all, the Saint Anne Club,
Yes.
which is a bit north.
It's more north of Grand
between
Falls.
here and Edmundston.
Yes. Well, they have a new president, which is Laurence C., which replaced another Mr. C. I don't remember what his first name was. And she's all a beginner and all excited to do new things and starting to get the club, on its feet again, and getting everybody to participate.
Yes, and we see on their side also increase in membership, new equipment they're bringing in, so this has direct results on everybody's membership.
Well, for sure, because she told me, like, from the last year, she's already 15 members up from last year, and
that's good.
They're going to have new equipment to widen the trails in the winter, because they groom their trails up in the winter.
Yes.
And she was pretty happy about that.
Okay, so we understand that those two clubs are four-season clubs.
Four-season
Well,
clubs.
we call them grooming and non-grooming
Yeah.
clubs, but in other words, it's four-season clubs.
You can ride VTT all year round.
Yes. How about this club here in the Grand Falls area? You have over 700 and some members.
Well, last year we were over 700, and this year to date, I don't have the official numbers, but we're close to 500. So
Wow.
we're planning on reaching again 700 plus members.
Okay. So you've been there for quite a while.
I've been a member for at least 5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And the club itself?
The club itself, I've been member for, like, I'm on the board for the club for 1 year. This is
Okay.
my first year.
Okay.
And I can see, though, from the beginning, like, let's say five or 6 years ago, there's tremendous progress that has happened to this club.
Yes, it's like it's a rolling ball, because what's happening for one club has an effect on all the other clubs around.
Well, sure, if you have one thing, you want to have everything everywhere, and you want to work together to get the best trails, and everybody benefits. Everybody gets the benefit of
That's it.
that.
That's
you
it.
know.
I will ask you the same question I asked Réal Levac last week. Do you see a direct impact on this area following what's happening positively in other areas in New Brunswick?
Well, of course, like you can see, like the mayor and all this. I forget the name in English, but like the city, the town of Grand Falls, they've opened their doors to the VTT. So
Yes, for access on
for access on the road, so that's going to have a direct impact. Like everybody, you're going to go down to the store to buy, I don't know, a pop or a chip, and
That's it.
get fuel for your bicycle or your VTTs. And
Because this is, in a way, the end and also the beginning of your trail,
yes,
but you're still only 5 minutes from downtown.
that's true. Like this access point right here is like 5 minutes from downtown Grand Falls. We have other access points where are further down in Drummond, which is about 25 minutes from here. But just to have this, and one of the reasons we have this entrance is exactly to be able to have access to the town of Grand Falls.
We always say that the northwestern part of New Brunswick is isolated from the rest of the province, but we don't feel that this is the case here, because there's a connection and a good cooperation between all the clubs and all the other regions.
Well, there is, and if you look like for cars, you have the Trans-Canada Highway, so everybody that's going to use the Trans-Canada Highway is going to have to cross the
Grand Falls area.
Yeah, they're going to come across Grand Falls. Sorry, and the same thing you can say about the VTTs. Like Grand Falls, like a focal point to connect the northern side with the southern side
Yes.
of the NB Trail.
Grand Falls has many nice things and tremendous things to visit, the falls, the gorge, so this is a must for the visitors.
Of course, you got the falls, and you have all the festival during the summertime. You have the Potato Festival, you have the Agriculture Festival in Saint-André, you have mountains all around, you have rivers, you have the St. Lawrence River to visit.
River, yes.
And you have the falls and the gorge down in Grand Falls, so very nice place for the tourists to visit.
Yes, and social-wise, you have many cultural events that ATVers can come in the area and just stay for a night, and have many events to attend to.
Well, like I was saying, you have the Potato Festival, which is a big attraction. That lasts 1 week. That's going to be at the end of June, beginning of July. You have mid-August, the agricultural festival that I was talking about in Saint-André. So, everybody's welcome. You can even visit them with your VTTs.
Yes. Have you met people from outside the area on your trails? If so, what are they looking for that is different from anywhere else?
Well, I mean, it's just the scenery. I mean, there's trees everywhere, but you only have that mountain or that particular river. I mean, it's all rivers, but it's not the same. That's the same one. So everybody wants to come to visit new scenery, and the social part of the VTTs.
That's
pretty fun too.
The camaraderie, the friendship, it's always there. It never fades.
You're always friends. If you're riding a VTT, you're friends with somebody else that's riding a VTT. That's it.
You stop someone along the trail and jump with us, be part of our
That's right.
group.
You don't even have to know him. You're going to know him by riding with him. So
yes.
It's pretty fun.
People from outside the area and people from outside the province would like to come to this area. What would you tell them to sell your region, your area?
Well, you got you just look around. You have the mountains in the back. I mean, you're not going to see anything else like that with, with potato fields and all that. And you have the falls that you can visit. I mean, you don't have too many falls in the province of New Brunswick. That's why the town's called Grand Falls.
That's it.
So that's pretty interesting for visitors from outside.
Yes, and they have enough things to do to stay here for
Of course,
more than a day.
if they stay here for a week, they have plenty to do for a week. And the worst case scenario comes, just hop on your VTT and go for a ride.
Yeah, that's it. That can be arranged. Guides, people to accompany them.
Sure.
That can be arranged also.
That could be arranged. We never had that demand, but I imagine
Well, it will come.
It will come. And I mean, who would be crazy enough to say no? I don't want to go take a VTT ride.
That's it. That's
So
it.
I wouldn't think that they would have any problem finding a guide.
So over here, there's no best time of the year. Every time is good, and every time is different.
There's no good time. It's always a good time.
That's it. That's
Winter,
it.
summer, spring, falls. Anytime's a good time.
So we have 30 seconds left. What do you expect? What would you like to see in the next years for this
Well,
area?
of course, we're working on big projects like new bridges or, and new shelters. But the big case right now is for us to have access to the town of Grand Falls.
Okay.
They're talking about it, but, it's going to take a little while, but that's in the near future.
A long process. Thank you, Daniel Caron, Region 1 Director. Stay with us. We will be back for the wrap-up of Quad NB.
Did you know any off-road vehicle may ride on the traveled portion of some approved streets in some municipalities called highway usage permits? But by providing a valid New Brunswick all-terrain vehicle permit that is a decal permanently attached to and conspicuously displayed on an all-terrain vehicle and side-by-side or similar valid trail permit for a jurisdiction that has a reciprocity agreement with the New Brunswick province must wear a helmet and provide a proof of insurance, valid registration documents, and have a visible license plate at any time. Any off-road vehicle driver caught by the authorities traveling on those streets or federate trails without proper trail permits, decals, or insurance could receive a fine of $172.50. A word we don't always like to use here because it normally means the end. This 13-show series was meant to educate, inform, and most of all, give you the taste for ATVing in New Brunswick. And we hope that we've somehow enticed you to discover the fastest growing power sports industry in Canada. Now, a step back to analyze the series with the one that followed us all through the path of filming, who managed the subject skillfully, and knows the ATV industry. The ATV industry in New Brunswick will undergo a great transformation in the next years, and for many reasons that have been highlighted here in our show. Here is our conclusion, but not the end.
Well, we're back with Roger Daigle. I have, it was a nice endeavor, Roger. We traveled all through New Brunswick to have this show on the go. Roger, we discovered wonderful things. On your side, the best ones.
The whole of New Brunswick,
Yeah.
There are no best ones. This is what I seen, this is what I was hoping would happen. The whole of New Brunswick, all of the clubs have excellent trails. The only thing missing is access in some places, access to some facilities.
But still, we see an improvement day by day, week after week. By the time that we have shot this show, so many things already have changed.
Oh, absolutely.
From the first show to the 13th.
Absolutely.
Everywhere in the province.
Everywhere in the province, that shows that the clubs are working hard. They are gaining access to trails, and they are providing good trails, and especially they are giving or providing fantastic tourist product.
That's it. You're talking about tourist products. We have one behind us that is in the Chaleur area. It's the same thing everywhere. People can see things that they cannot see otherwise. This is an example that what you can see even if you're not on an ATV. But for the ATVs, we discovered things. On my side, I was impressed about the heritage that is left
Absolutely.
behind that the ATVers can discover on their ATVs.
Isn't that fantastic? All the places we went to, everybody had a story to tell, or there was a story to tell. It's unreal, the history in New Brunswick. I mean, I'm flabbergasted as to what we have to offer.
Well, we're talking about areas, okay? In the northwest part of the New Brunswick, they have certain conditions of trails
Exactly.
that look like others, but it's some trails are particular to them.
Exactly. Like in the northern part, you have certain, all types of trails. You can go from muddy trails to hard rock trails and to sandy trails. In the western part of the province, most of it is hard trails.
That's it.
And down the southern part, there's another combination. And if you go in the eastern part of the province, there you go again.
Yes.
So regardless what kind of riding you enjoy, you may find some trails that you really enjoy, and then you're going to get on those trails you don't enjoy so much, but they are there. Other
That's it.
people enjoy those.
That's it. For the tourists, the advantage of New Brunswick, it's a new product. We hear people from Ontario, Nova
Yes.
Scotia, Maine, Quebec, that asking us what would be the best destinations in New Brunswick. They're all good destinations in New Brunswick.
They are. And what they have to do is contact our federation. The website is on there, and all our clubs are listed. Find out the area, what they want, where they want to ride, and click on the area, and you'll have a list of all the clubs in that area. And it's just a matter of getting the numbers and contacting those clubs.
Yes, this is the wrap up. Yes, for this series, we have discovered also the involvement of all the governments in this ATV industry development. That is important.
That is really important, and I hope the tie continues, because we do need our government. We need our tourist government to get involved, because right now the government doesn't have any pamphlets when they show other tourist attraction, but we're not even on the pamphlet, so we have to get on there.
That's it. This is something that we have to concentrate on at the Federation.
Yes.
Something else that I have discovered is the cooperation within the clubs, within the regions. This is just great.
The cooperation between the club is excellent. And what happens when you have clubs that cooperate like that? When you're out on the trails, you have camaraderie,
that's
friends. You make friends, and you make new friends almost every outing, because the ranges of the trails are so wide and varies from town to town that we travel more than what we do with our cars.
And
honestly,
something we've seen often, it was the passion of the volunteers also.
Oh, the volunteers, we can't thank them enough. Without our volunteers, we would be nowheres. It's all thanks to the volunteers. And everything that you're going to see out there thus far, it's all done by volunteers, because we don't have any money to hire contractors and stuff to do the jobs.
Yes. Roger, we've learned many things about the clubs themselves. We've heard many things about the trail conditions. We offer everything in New Brunswick. Historic sites, heritage sites, they are all over the provinces where people can visit, and with the localers. This is just great. What they have to tell us about those sites.
Yeah, because those sites, without an ATV, some of those sites, you would never see them, because some of them were hidden for over 100 years. They were almost destroyed because nobody was looking after them. Good example is the one in Beresford, Sir James Dunn. That one was found by ATVers, and now they're going to try not restore it, but at least put a plaque there and put the history of.
Yes. Because people can see the remains of his castle, what people, the localers, called castle. But we've seen also, Roger, the involvement of the volunteers, not only with their clubs, but within the community. Because what we see behind is what they call the Phantom Ship, a replica of the Phantom Ship, which was bought by the local ATV club and just put there for the community, for the tourists to have a good eyesight of what it is. And we see that all over the province. Clubs that get involved in their community events and activities.
Exactly.
We see that often.
if it wasn't for the involvement of the communities, I mean, if we don't get the support from the communities, we're not going to go very far. But the support is there, and that's why I think our clubs are growing so fast, because the support is there. We need the support from all aspects, from the communities and from the local government and from the provincial government.
This show was made possible thanks to the New Brunswick All-Terrain Vehicle Federation. It was voted by your board of directors. Everybody jumped in quickly as soon as the project was presented. This is a good market value for all the ATV clubs and the industry itself. So what do you hope, Roger, to see in 2020? We spoke about it already, but I guess it's the possibility to have Highway number 10 so that all the clubs connect, because tourists can go anywhere in the province. We have to specify that.
In 2020, my hope is I'll still be around and hopefully do the same thing again and see what difference there is.
How it evolved.
And compare how we evolved and compare to what we have today. That would be so awesome. And I know this is the end of our series, and I'm sad to see it go, really, because I really enjoyed it.
We really had fun. There are things that you don't see. One great thing is that there are no bloopers. This is just great. He didn't do many. Roger, you did a super job accompanying me with this, co-hosting with me for the clubs, for so many clubs, and you did a great job. Your research was there, and you talked with the clubs, and they're all happy about this event here. Well,
I know I tried to cover everything that the clubs gave me, and I know I forgot a lot. It's at first I was nervous when it's first few times you do it. You get a little bit nervous, so you forget. But I hope that the clubs are happy as to how these episodes come out.
Yes.
And I hope that we can do it again in 5 years.
Yes. We also need to thank Rogers, Rogers TV, because those two guys behind the cameras, Serge and Guy, we had a blast. We really had a blast with those guys, and that's why you see, I think, the camaraderie we were talking about. Yeah. We see it everywhere. So this is just great what happened with this show here, Quad and B. Keep it in mind. There will be reruns if you missed some. If you didn't see it, we will be able to YouTube or so.
Oh,
so
good.
That will be a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Roger, thanks.
Well, thank you very much.
Great job.
Thank you.
Just for those of you who would like to come and visit us in New Brunswick,
please do.
Just communicate with the New Brunswick All-Terrain Federation, All-Terrain Vehicle Federation. Ask for me, ask for Jacques Paulette, and I will be happy to make the contacts that you need with the clubs. We have guides that can accompany you. We have people that can take you to all those places you have never been. This will be just great. That was Quad and B, and have a happy quadding in New Brunswick.
My name is Marcel Michaud. I am from the area of potato growers from the area of Grand Falls in Saint-André. And we're welcoming the agreement and partnership between the Association of the ATV and the farmers of New Brunswick in order to have a better share of the agricultural land between the two groups. It's important to note that when you see high power line, it is not the property of the province of New Brunswick, that it's still a private land that's under it. The importance of why you shouldn't cross it for a reason is that there's diseases that's able to be crossed from the field. The potatoes are a living organism, and we're able to put diseases through them. And it's quite important that to respect that, because we're able to take diseases from one area and bring it to another area. So that's most of the reason why we like to restrict the circulation in some areas.